Hi everybody, today I'm going to show you how to do the border for the Pitter Patter baby blanket. I got this pattern from a book called Every Which Way Crochet Borders by Edie Eckman. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's E-C-K-M-A-N, so hopefully it's Eckman. It's number 65 in that book. It's a very cute border that uses V-stitches, 5 rows of V-stitches, and I wanted to show you how to do it for this blanket, to show you how to do the corners, because they're done differently depending on which row you're in. So I made a little swatch here to do the edging, and the first color that we're going to use is the white. Okay, and we're going to do a standing V-stitch. So a standing V-stitch is when you do your double crochet, you're going to have this yarn already on your hook. And we're going to go, here's the corner, we're going to skip a stitch, and then we're going to start in this one here. So find a corner, skip a stitch, and then you're going to start in the next one. So to do a standing V-stitch, put your yarn on the hook, yarn over, go into your space, and then you do a double crochet. Okay, then we're going to chain, and then we're going to do another double crochet in the same space. Okay, and that's a V-stitch, and it's called a V-stitch for obvious reasons. So we're going to do the V-stitches around the edge of the blanket. There's no chain in between. We're going to skip a space, and then we're going to double crochet into the next space, and then we're going to chain, double crochet. Okay, these are really easy. I love stitches that are really easy that also are really cute. It's the best kind, right? So we're going to skip and then go into the next one, double crochet, chain, double crochet into the same space. And let me do it slower just to make sure you can follow, because if you're not familiar, then you're probably thinking, what is she doing? Okay, so we skip a space. Into the next space, we're going to do double crochet. Then we're going to chain. And then we're going to double crochet into the same space. And then that gives you a V. Right, okay. Skip a space. Make your V stitch. Okay, for the corner, we're going to do a V-stitch. Okay, so this is your first corner. Going to do a V-stitch. Then we're going to chain one. And then we're going to do a V-stitch in the same space. Okay, so again in the corner. So you have 2 V-stitches in your corner, separated by a chain, chain 1. Okay, now now we're going to continue with our V-stitches. We skip a space, do a V-stitch. Skip a space, do a V-stitch. Okay, so we just go all the way around that way. When you come to your corner for this row, you're doing 2 V-stitches in the corner, separated by 1 chain. For the second row, we're going to do a different color. And you're going to start out with a standing V-stitch. So you get your yarn on your hook. And we're going to put it in the center of the previous V-stitch. Okay, we're going to yarn over. I'm going to put it in the center where that chain was. Okay. So basically these are going to be sitting on top of each other for this second row. Okay, I'm going to chain and then double crochet into the same space. Okay, so for the second row, they're sitting right on top of each other in that chain space. Okay, so double crochet into the next one. Chain, double crochet, okay, double crochet into the next one, chain, double crochet into the next one, okay, chain space. Alright, now for the corner, we had 2 V-stitches in the corner, separated by a chain space. Okay, so we need to put V-stitches in each one of these, and then we're going to put a V-stitch in that chain space also. Okay, so in this chain space, put a V-stitch, and in every V-stitch we're going to put a V-stitch. All the way around. Okay, so you just continue all the way around. V-stitch on top of every V-stitch, and then a V-stitch in that corner chain space. Right. For the third row, it's going to be a little different because we're going to do a V-stitch in between these 2 V-stitches, and it's going to be through here, through the first row. So we're not going on top of a V-stitch, we're going in between them. That's why these 2 are stacked on top of each other. So we're going to go back to the white, and we're going to do standing double crochet again. I'm going to get this on the hook. Okay, we're going to be going in here. So you yarn over. Chain back into the same space. Okay, and then we do it again in between these 2 V-stitches. So you're going down to the first row, double crochet, chain, double crochet into the same space. Okay, and all the way around, in between those V-stitches. Okay, so it pulls them together. I think it kind of looks a little bit like a heart. It kind of looks a little bit like a flower. I guess you can decide for yourself what you think it looks like. But it looks even better, I think, than with the other one on top of it. But let's go ahead and finish. So we do all these. There are just V-stitches in between. Okay, chain. Double crochet into the seam space. Chain, double crochet. Okay, now for the corner, this one is really different from the other ones. So we want to go into the second double crochet of the first V-stitch. This is the first V-stitch that was in the corner, first row. This is the second double crochet. So we're going to go into this double crochet at the top. We're going to make a V-stitch, chain, back in, and honestly I'm just stabbing it in there. I'm not like picking an exact spot, I'm just stabbing it into the top. Okay, then we do a V-stitch in the corner, the chain space. It's kind of splitting that second row. Chain. And then we're going to do a V-stitch in the first double crochet of the second V-stitch that's in the corner. So here's the second. You remember these two V-stitches that we did for the first row in the corner. This is the second one. And this is the first double crochet of the second V-stitch. So we're going to make a V-stitch in the top of this one. Chain. And then you just do your V-stitches the same way all the way around. So in between, so here's the next one. So in between, the next ones. Okay, and the last one. Okay, so this one kind of splits that second one at the top for the corner. Alright, for the fourth row, we're going to do V-stitches on top of each other again. So, this is the fourth row. We're going to do a standing V-stitch. Over, and then make sure I'm in the right place. Okay, on top of this V-stitch right here, I'm going to do it right on top of it. So they're like V-stitches sitting on top of each other. Chain, double crochet, and then the next one. Double crochet, chain, double crochet, double crochet. Now for the corner, okay, we're gonna chain, we're gonna V-stitch into every one. We're putting a V-stitch into every V-stitch, and then here in between, and then in the top of the V-stitch. And then all the way around, V-stitches in the top of the V-stitch. So they're sitting on top of each other. So for the 5th row, we're going to do something similar to what we did for the 3rd row. We're going to go in between the V-stitches from the 3rd and the 4th rows, in between the V-stitches. And then I'll show you the corners. So first we're going to do a standing V-stitch, okay, in between, so double crochet, chain, double crochet in the same spot, and then in between the next two, and we're going to do V-stitches all the way till we get to the corner. Okay, we're going to do this one here. Then we're going to chain one, And we're going to do our V-stitch in between these two V-stitches right here. We're not going to do it in the 3rd row, we're going to do it in this row, the 4th row. So through here, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and then we have a chain 1, and then we're going to go back to doing it the way that we were doing it, but we're going to go in between the V-stitches. So around this one, the 3rd row, chain 1, double crochet, and in between these, just keep going around. So our corner for the last row is a chain 1, a V-stitch into the 4th row in between the 2 V-stitches in the 4th row, then another chain 1, and then you continue with your V-stitches in between 3rd and the 4th row. Okay, and then you just continue all the way around, and there you go. And I think it's a really cute edge for any kind of blanket. I would like to try this out with different kinds of yarns and different colors, and it would give a completely different feel to it, but I really like this for the baby blanket that I was working on. Thank you so much for watching, and if there's any kind of stitch that you want to see, let me know. And if you like my videos, please give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.